Guys, congratulations on this
you.
TV series. What made you want to desperately be a part of it?
You
You
start.
I fell in love with the characters. The family in this show is so relatable. They're a dysfunctional group of people that love each other and have all been through an intense family tragedy and have been living with trauma. And I think what's so different about this show from any other sort of horror movie or show is that it's driven by these characters. Like, the story is very character driven, and so it's just amazing to get to play these kinds of characters.
I also think that there's something quite interesting about there's a formula with horror that you sort of see, you know, it's a family move into a house, awful things happen, and they make it out alive. And I think that what's really interesting about what Mike's done with the show is that it's sort of saying, well, what happens? What would happen to those people? What would the after effects be? And how would their lives be affected? And I think what's so clever about it is that, you know, it really is kind of a case study of what trauma does and childhood trauma does to human beings. And what's really interesting and relatable is that, you know, all of us, you know, have tricky childhoods or whatever. And so I think that there's something very human, even though it's been set in a horror kind of veil, there's something very, very human about this family that are dealing with loss and isolation and struggle of just trying to function with all these past experiences.
I'm just trying to function being here on set. Like, this is probably the creepiest interview room I've been in.
Yep.
How did you guys cope filming constantly in creepy scenarios? Seriously, like, on the inside, I'm actually trembling.
Yeah, it was at times harrowing to shoot. I mean,
Sounds like a great job.
I feel that there's something, what I was quite shocked about, I'd never done anything horror before. And what I was quite shocked about was how it actually wasn't that scary. Because you see all the tricks, you know what I mean? You see all the ghosts in makeup, in the makeup trailer next to you. And you just sort of think, I don't think that's scary at all. But then when it's all edited together, it's super creepy. I mean, I finished the show whenever it was, like last week, and I was saying to you yesterday, there's this jump that happens in 7, and I did a double scream. And I knew it was coming. But there's something, what I think's so great about the show, even though we're in it, is that you get to appreciate how ominous the final product is, and it's not something that you ever feel I definitely didn't really feel while we were filming that much. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oliver, you've said, I remember being told very early on, just say what they want to hear in the audition and we'll figure it out later on. So what did you guys say to get this part, and what's the biggest lie you've told and had to follow through on?
oh God, I told someone I could rollerblade once, and I was...
How did that end up?
I was fired immediately. This was years ago. I mean, I fell and they said, you gotta go. It was for some commercial a million years ago. But for this, I didn't lie. I just showed up.
Yeah. I remember, I mean, it's the same. I don't think I lied about anything on this, but I remember saying that I could horse ride. And then the truth is, I am terrified of horses. Terrified of horses. I don't think that they're not natural. They're like the giant 5-year-olds.
I love horses.
I know, but they're strange. They are very, very strange. They've got they're very sensitive, and they also can feel your fear, which terrifies me.
Yeah.
So I lied about being able to horse ride, and then I signed on to do a medieval mini-series, and was thrown on a horse, and it was to get me. They sort of went, we're just going to give you some touch-up lessons. And so I turned up at this horse ring, and they had to put me in the middle of the ring because I couldn't even touch the horse, for a day. And the horse, they just sort of brought the horse to me. I sort of stood next to it with my heart beating, and then they kind of took it away. And then they would bring it back. It was like I was a child.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad there was no lying for this, but this just naturally freaked us all out. Thanks for this
Good,
series.
but I'm glad you're unsettled.
I actually really am.